So BSV doesn't have 3% charges on that. They have 0.00 something. So you can actually make the same transaction cheaper for everybody simply by exchanging in BSV. So it's not necessarily, it's just you're able to underbid your competition instantly just by having this currency as your main currency. And then if you're purchasing something else using, instead of a credit card again, which would be another 3% charge, because normally a vendor doesn't take that upon themselves, they just increase the price of the product to cover the 3% that they would lose. So you're able to purchase a product and sell a product for essentially 6% less than the value of what it previously cost. So you don't have to recreate the wheel. You just have, you basically have to recreate every system that exists. It's just for a country like Nigeria, again, I don't live there. I don't know what you need. I'll help you, obviously. And I'll try and give you a way to earn BSV as much as I can in my own way that I know. But ultimately, you guys have to do the legwork. You have to find a market that suits you, that's your education. And you don't even necessarily have to be the creator. Find a partner. Find somebody that knows these markets. Learn that, figure out how you can apply BSV, make it cheaper, and then you both have a winning system that's going to be cheaper than the competition, which is most likely using some other expensive cashless society. BTC, the average transaction cost right now is over $3 for the fee alone. So Ethereum also, if you want your transaction to happen, the percentage that you're paying on the price is actually higher than a credit card a lot of times. So these other blockchains, even products that are being built on other blockchains, supposed to be cheaper
and slower
than the current fiat systems.
Right.
Yeah, they're slower, they're less capable, and a lot of times they're more expensive. So you can take somebody else's idea from another blockchain and essentially recreate it the way it should have been created to begin with, and better, faster, cheaper. You don't even have to be that entrepreneurial, really. It's obviously there's laws. Don't just copyright somebody's idea, obviously, but you can recreate these ideas better.
And we do see that, right? Within the BSV ecosystem, there are, for instance, like Twitch is a Twitter clone that's BSV enabled. Essentially what Twitter, should have been built as, or could have been built as. And but yeah, I think that's good. And there was a couple of good questions. One question was, how do we earn BSV that can be enough to pay for our daily needs? And there's another comment right before that question, discussing an e-commerce site where this individual is looking to build a site that items can be bought and sold, presumably for BSV or whatever. But in this case, I think that's a huge part of it, right? Is just enabling a marketplace for items to be bought and sold using BSV, and that would allow people to earn, right? And of course, some of those marketplaces are global, right? Whether it's like the education or maybe the AI, API market or whatever is global, but then also just enabling, the local farmers markets or whatnot, where people can all of a sudden, be able to access, get to do transactions cheaply and to do them in ways that enable them to have, instant access to digital products and services, right? Like, so for instance, if you did sell, some of your local produce, you would be able to then immediately take that BSV that you sold it for and buy minutes with it, or whatever other digital services you would need through, for instance, SendFee, right? and that kind of gives you that that instant process where otherwise you may need to go through a few different you may have to take that cash, deposit into the bank, and then transfer it to whoever to purchase what you need. But yeah, so maybe is there anything perhaps, and I saw a few other questions.
Yeah.
One was about the implementation of possibly the eNARA on BSV, and I mean that's something that's entirely possible, and I think it should be there needs to be some research into this from the Nigerian side, because fundamentally the country, and I know recently there was a Swiss stablecoin released on BSV, and I think this even kind of goes to a previous comment I saw about people using Tether, right, which is this very scary black hole of information on how much dollars are in reserves and who controls what, and we won't go into that, but I think in the case of stable coins on BSV, right, or I mean, let's just say stable coins, but fiat currency using BSV, the first real one is this, in this case, the Swiss currency, and why wouldn't Nigeria benefit from doing this? I mean, I think the country that can fully enable the first BSV based currency is going to have a massive increase in the value of their currency, right? Because all of a sudden you're getting all that usability features of BSV, but you're getting, for instance, those features with a national currency that the state can have some oversight over, and that might be something that would make the Naira very competitive in the currency markets, particularly in Africa, where all of a sudden, you would be able to get all these, micro payment abilities and whatnot, IPv6, IP to IP transactions and things of that nature, with the Naira. And any comments to that? Maybe Todd, Kevin,
So let me come in here. So I see a station where we can start working on it. So for the size of students we have in this project, it's massive, the size of students here. So I think in the project involved, pay more attention to products that we encourage NSV to pay for goods and services, right? As the routine is, this program we're doing with BSV is from the federal government of Nigeria. So the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, they are the ones that came up with this program, paid for the scholarship. They wanted our students to explore this option. And recently, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, they are looking for ways to functionalize the e-Naira. So it's possible that our students could build these products. And because of the involvement of government in this project, there could be interface with both ministry, so the CBN and the NITDA, and we look at ways where we can extend the use of e-Naira, maybe putting, somehow talking together with the BSV thing. So I think that would be great if our students can come up with ideas on this, and we run that through your team and Ivan, and we'll see how we could support that. I think in terms of the high-level engagement, it could be easier to do that, being that these are government agencies that are involved in setting up this program. And that's interesting and exciting about this thing, the way it's taking a life of its own and how the students are coming with these ideas. So hopefully, we are gathering all their project ideas, We're hoping that when we graduate them by end of April and the projects are before then, we could have got a list of all these projects and we'll look it over with your team and see which of them could help us in actually moving this forward. Thank you. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Sorry, got a bit of a cough here. Todd, do you have anything you want to mention?
Yeah, I was going to say that, these are some very worthy projects to participate in, and they're definitely valid. But there are also people that are working on some of these solutions themselves that are still just, a little bit immature. So I saw people mentioning fake product, authentication.
Sure.
Is it a
Yeah.
Sure. Like I saw a lot of questions. Can BSV be used for X, Y, Z? Yes. Yes, it can enhance everything of those, but it might not be the way you would initially think. But it's gonna, that triple entry accounting, secure, records, integrity, they're fundamental for building a healthy society. And so it can do all the things that everyone's asked here. The answer is yes. The question is how. Hopefully we can help you understand how. Hopefully you can help each other understand how. Probably many of these hows are going to be more than, the workload of one person. So find people that are interested in the same things, find people with complementary skill sets, and, start figuring out that how.
Very good. Thank you, Todd. Nino?
So, like he said, BSV can probably do it. So what BSV does easily are integrity and availability. So those are very cheaply done on BSV. So what you would have to bring is the confidentiality piece and how you're going to apply that to your speciality. What do you do? What do you want to do? What do you want to build? And that's, you can ask us the questions on how we would do it, and I'll help you out all day. I will, I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. But ultimately, you guys know what you need to build. You guys know what Nigeria needs. And if you need help, we'll help you. But it has to be your effort applied to the solutions to build what you guys need. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun. I actually didn't expect to stay for the whole time, but it was really fast. It went by quick. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Nino. Kevin, are you still there? You want to say anything?
Yeah, sure. Just the same thing. It's sort of like, what could the internet be used for? And it really is used for, it plugs into most every part of our society. And I think triple entry accounting, micropayments, all the stuff that Bitcoin enables will be the same. So yeah, there's just unlimited opportunity. Well, yeah, I guess you could say unlimited, but let's just say a lot of opportunity. And it's really exciting. So it's good to talk with you guys, and I'll see you maybe sometime in the future.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and everybody who's participating in this program. It's really exciting to see how many interested minds in Nigeria are working towards understanding BSV and implementing it into their projects. To me, the opportunity is very real for Nigerians here, not just at home, where there are a lot of challenges and issues that can be tackled and solved with BSV, but then using those lessons learned from that process to then go on and solve problems all over the world. right? Because a lot of the issues that Nigeria is perhaps facing right now are actually going to be faced in other countries in the future, right? So by being able to, solve the problems of today in Nigeria, you may also be solving the problems of tomorrow in America, in wherever. So I would really, emphasize that before necessarily just looking globally, to look locally as well and see how your solutions, if they are global solutions, can be implemented and tested locally. Because ultimately what we want to achieve here is to provide Nigerians the skills and knowledge to be able to build a next generation nation, right? This is a truly a global digital marketplace, and Nigeria can be a leader in that, and it should be a leader in that. It has the human capital, it has the human potential, and I think that by being able to achieve great things at home in Nigeria, Nigerians can then go and achieve great things abroad around the world. So thank you all, and I wish you the best and look forward to next time. Take care. Thank you, Clistus.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everybody.
We'll be happy to have you again. And for the students, from next week, we'll start our weekly courses, on all the courses we are doing parallel. So thanks everyone that showed up. This is a live stream. It will be on our channel. For those of them engaged on a Saturday, those of them, they can always come anytime and go through that. So thank you again, the BSV team. We are so happy to have you people. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.